Good afternoon, or what is a bright, warm and breezy day. It is Monday the 27th of June and I'm back in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box which I am going to continue unboxing. Now what I've got in here is the Call of Cthulhu 40th Anniversary Classic Edition. Now I've been through this more than once, having unboxed so far the core rules and the 1920s Source book, and of course followed that up with the other books in here, which include Shadows of Yog-Sothoth, the first campaign, and then the Cthulhu Companion, first companion, Asylum and Other Tales, first anthology, then Trail of Salt to Salt You Are, a little trilogy, and lastly we come to Fragments of Fear, the second Cthulhu Companion. Now this originally came out in 85 in fact, and is the sort of the oldest of the books in this reprints box set, the anniversary box set, and this has been out of print for many years. So, Fragments of Fear, contents: Call of Cthulhu questions answered. Why did it take so long to read? Does it take so long to read a Mythos tome? Why can't my investigator get used to seeing something common? Types of monsters. How do I learn a language in Call of Cthulhu? Must my character lose multiple sentences for seeing multiple monsters, etc.? So, the ubiquity of Cthulhu, working for a note to the brave Dr. Philly Sadowski, deceased. We have a continuation of the content from the first companion. Cthulhu Grimoire, which adds more spells, with summaries of all the spells which collected from the previous supplements, but sort of like in the first 3 or 4 years of Call of Cthulhu. And we see 2 scenarios, 4-page centerfold, new deities, and more. Now let's just get the thing. This doesn't have the centerfold as such. So let's have a look, just because I know I was unboxing this, because obviously I've done the and basically I've looked at the rest. So just to show you my original copy, so you just see the difference, and there is a difference essentially in the style of the books, style of the paper, and of course that's the modern version, and you can feel it in the sort of like, you know, the age and so on, and of course the yellowed paper, which is not aging. It is what it was. But if we go to the middle, we did have this fantastic fold out, and this would have been done as a poster, which essentially is where you've got to see all of the Mythos monsters and deities and entities and so on in size relation to each other, with lowly mankind sort of like just about there. So yeah, that's what you've got in that. So I'm going to put that back. Essentially, what else do we have in this volume? So the introduction, explaining what's in the book, and then very quickly we get onto the Call of Cthulhu questions answered by Sandy Peterson. You know, how do the rules work? Which could I have a further explanation of them? So just some common questions. Explaining why it takes so long to read a Call of Cthulhu Mythos book, and essentially it's one of which, like these other questions, is some of the subjects which people have asked again and again over the years, and the rules are revisited as well. So you've actually got sort of like several reasons why why it takes so long to read a Cthulhu Mythos book. These days it's kind of like, yeah, we kind of go, yes, it's these reasons, but again, back in the day, not everyone kind of knew that. And then it's essentially, how do I learn a language in Call of Cthulhu and so on. Then you've got the first of the extras, which is ritual curses, a page or two of ritual curses, which you can throw at your investigators when they run into various types, whether, essentially an excommunication ritual by Pope Clement VI. Unlikely to run into Pope Clement VI, I would imagine, but, possibly a Hindu magician's curse against an enemy, possibility. A map of Innsmouth. And the Mythos comparative sizes, essentially, which echoes back to that fold-out I showed you just earlier. And then on the ubiquity of Cthulhu, which expands upon the Mesoamerican pieces, I think. Let's have a look. I'll just hook that up. Basically, just grab a particular book. Here we go. So we have where are we? Further notes on Necronomicon is what I meant to refer to, and it's continuing that article. From the late, from the notes of the late Phineas P. Sadowski, and then so there's some interesting notes, essentially, again, looking at the Mythos essentially as a scholarly subject, and that's something that can be done as a handout, or it can inspire the keeper, that sort of thing. And then we have a Cthulhu grimoire. The most up-to-date version of this is for Call of Cthulhu 7th edition, collected all the spells, but here you have that first attempt to collect all the spells from the previous supplements and the campaigns, because over the past 4 or 5 years of Call of Cthulhu. So that's quite a long, lengthy list of scenarios, spells, scenarios, and campaigns and so on to collect spells from. So it's quite a lengthy article. Then we have lions and tigers and bears, etc. No oh my, just the stats for them. Includes African animals, Indian subcontinental animals, North American animals. Just presenting a range of ordinary threats. Reprinting of Nemesis, the poem by H.P. Lovecraft. And then we have the first of the scenarios, which is the Underground Menace, which is sort of like, intrepid investigators read an interesting newspaper report from northern Michigan, where there has been an earthquake, and the residents are panic-stricken and so on, and the investigators go and investigate, of course. And it's honestly, it's sort of like one of those ones where you sort of like go out and investigate a mystery, confront a monster, and come back. It's not. I wasn't overly impressed when the original came out, and I doubt I would be all that impressed these days. It's generally well written, but not an interesting scenario in and of itself. Sandy Speederson also adds new Mythos deities, races, and monsters. So here we have the first appearance of Bast, goddess of cats, Daeloth, the render of the Veils, and more Glarkey, servants of Glarkey, insects of Shagai, beings from Exotl. So just more choice, more interesting threats and enemies for your investigators to face. Then we have the major scenario, which is the Valley of the Four Shrines, which takes primarily in Africa, and discover an extra content in the Mythos tome that the investigator was reading, and that sends them off in search of secrets revealed in the map, and out to Africa to investigate a strange lake in the Belgian Congo, and there we go. There's the location, and a temple with basically this Valley of Gods, and there's a floating temple with masks there, and secrets revealed. Again, sort of not hugely investigative. Essentially, you're investigating a shrine and discovering dark secrets and things that mankind shouldn't meddle with. It's lengthy, it's detailed, but again, I haven't looked at it in years, but I don't remember being particularly impressed by it. But again, my opinion may well change when I come to review this at some point in the future. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box and a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.